Hello and welcome to Steve Walker Guitars. Thank you for joining me. I don't know if you follow me at all on Instagram. If not, the link will be in the description, so if you want to check that out, that would be great. The reason I mention Instagram is because myself and Chris Franklyn and Chris from King Bespoke Creations, I always find that a mouthful to say just because I waffle. But yeah, anyway, me and the two Chris's were talking on Instagram just this last week, and we come up with the idea for Use What You've Got challenge. We all really enjoyed the Great Guitar Build Off, and we decided that we'd continue the joys of building along with other people. So the three of us decided that basically we would build from materials that we have available, or if they're easy to access. I know there was some during the Great Guitar Build Off that built some amazing guitars. Jonathan Oakey, Bogdan. To be honest, I can't really even remember everyone's name of everyone that I watched the videos of. But that's just to name a couple. They built from materials they got. I mean, even Chris Franklyn, he built from woods that he got available. So the idea of this was that we would do it more of as a challenge rather than a competition. A challenge to ourselves. We're not going to be competing. The idea is that we build for a series. We're going to film our process, our build as we go. And I believe actually Chris from King Bespoke Creation has already got one of his first video up on his channel, so go and check that out. Again, his channel is linked in the description, as is Chris Franklyn's. You take you straight to their channel, so make sure you go and check them out and subscribe if you don't already. But yeah, this is basically my intro video to my build. I did actually film my original plan this week, but I've decided not to go with it. Not that it's much different, but I feel this build is going to be for me, it's something different to what I've done before. It's not a new design by any means. Fender have done something very similar, and fair play, they did it before I did. But this is my version of it, or this will be my version of it. I'm working with a walnut work surface, or an offcut from one. It's part of a kitchen that was fitted years ago, and this was excess, so I was lucky enough to get it. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I've also got a neck that I'd actually made or started probably 5 or 6 years ago with a similar sort of idea in mind, but I never actually completed the build. So I'm going to be using that neck on this build. There'll be a little bit of reshaping involved in that because it's not quite how I like my necks to be, but this is basically where my guitar is going. So I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so this is the blank or the top that I'll be using for the body. Sorry, my shadow's casting over it a little bit. Yeah, basically this was the offcut from the work surface, and it's 40mm thick. It's nice. I like it. It's I don't think the camera really does it justice, but I think it's gonna make a nice body, and I've actually got a top that I'm going to put over this when it's done, but I'll get there in a second. This is the shape I'm going to be going with. There's going to be a little bit of alteration just to allow for the neck that I'm going to be fitting, but this is basically single cut Les Paul style build. But yeah, you can see this is how much excess there is of this, so I'm quite pleased. I'll find the best part for it. This is the neck that I'd made. You see it's Wenge and Bespoke, Wenge fretboard and a Babinga headstock. The V was burnt in when I was first making it. It was part of a possible name that I was going with, but I'm going to be sanding that out. And but yeah, you'll see. Now I know it looks like that is going to come quite a way down. The access is going to be a bit more restricted maybe, but there's a reason for this. I'm going to put this bridge on. You're going to see why. Looking at doing acoustic or solid body acoustic. It'd be chambered, but what I am going to do, and this will obviously be measured out to the correct scale, but the idea is I'm going to have a pickup. I'm also going to have a sound hole. This is where the reference to the Fender build, Fender guitar comes in. But yeah, I'm going to chamber a lot of this out, well the walnut, not the template, and have it as a solid body acoustic, but a solid chamber bodied acoustic. Whatever the technical term is, that's what I'm going to go with. So that's the parts. Like I say, I have got a top that I'm going to go with. I'm just having a look to see if I've got it to hand, and here it is. In fact, this was still got the outline on from my original plans for it. I'm prepared to sacrifice to this, and this will actually match the headstock veneer. So I've got the rosewood bridge, acoustic bridge, and then Wenge and Bespoke neck. So it's going to be a little mismatch of woods, but I think it will be quite nice looking when it's finished. I'm going to be oiling this. I'm not going to be putting any clear coats on or lacquers or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight with oils just to finish it. I like my guitars to age and wear naturally. I think when when we as guitarists play, everyone has their own fingerprint, if you like, when as to what mark they leave. So whether it be down here where your fingers rub over the years, or whether it be up here, plectrum scratches, around controls, it's each guitarist, you can play the same style, you could have the same guitar, but you would put your own marks on it. And I think leaving natural finishes with oil rather than lacquers, it gives it that much more chance to age, and you can always sand it back easier and do it again if you want it to look a bit newer. But that's just my preference. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. I may well, I haven't quite decided on a pickup, bridge pickup. I'm having one under the saddle, under the bridge, and I'm gonna have to look at getting a preamp sorted for that. Depending on what space I have left will determine what type of pickup I go for in this. I may not bother, I may just go with a sound hole and chamber it all and just have a control for the bridge under the saddle. So that's what I'm going to be using for my build. I'm looking forward to seeing the other guys, what they're doing. I've already had some messages, and I know Chris Franklyn's had some messages as well. I believe Ray's interested. He did the amazing dragon inlay on his build during the Great Guitar Build Off. I hope he joins in. I've had some messages off some other people as well that are talking about joining in. And if you'd like to join in as well, that'd be great. You can contact us through, you can either comment below and just say that you're interested. That way we can come and check out your videos. But if you want to actually just message us, you can do that through our Instagram pages, and I'll put all the links in that you need to the social medias and that. You feel free to get in touch. And what we'll do when we put our videos up, everyone that's getting involved, we'll link your channel and your Instagram as much as we can into our descriptions, and then other people watching can come and check you out. If you do the same, you help everybody else out as well. We're not putting a time limit on it. Everybody has other obligations and commitments outside of the YouTube and Instagram world, and so we appreciate it can be stressful if you've got a deadline to meet and it's something you're doing for fun. So we want this to continue to be fun, and as it's a challenge rather than a competition, we're not setting a deadline as such. We just want you to be able to build. We're going to do the same. We're going to be building this alongside other things that we do. I have my customers' guitars that I'm working on. Have a workshop that I'm rejigging, hence all the mess around me at the minute. And everyone has families to look after as well. So this is a way of having some fun, building a community where we can support each other. There's very little of it in the world. People are always out about what they can get, who to blame for different things. Well, this is good. We're not having any of that in this. Everyone that's involved is doing this not only to build themselves something, an instrument that they want to build, but also to help inspire other people, encourage other people, whether it be through what you're designing or building. Maybe it'll give someone else an idea, or even just encourage them to have a go. You don't need CNC machines or anything like that. This is to show you can use what you've got. You don't need expensive woods. You don't need expensive tools. Obviously, if you've got them, there's no discrimination against it. If that's what you have, then that's fine. But if you don't, and you always wanted to build something, even if you've got parts from other guitars and you want to use this opportunity just to film and show what you're doing and the guitar at the end of it, that's fantastic. We're 100% behind anybody who is using this to get away from the reality of things like lockdown. It can be difficult. We don't want anyone feeling that this is another thing to struggle with. So there's no deadline. Whether you're watching this as it goes live and you want to join in, or whether you're watching this in 5 or 10 years and you decide you want to do something, this is where just do it. You don't need you don't need a time restraint or a time limit to get something done. So just have fun. That's what we're doing. This is just something we all want to enjoy, and we want you to enjoy as well. So on that note, I'm going to stop my waffle. I'm going to hope you all have a great week ahead. Whatever you're doing, have fun and look after yourselves, and speak to you soon.